A very good evening and a warm welcome to all the crypto enthusiasts. I would like to welcome you all to the land of cryptoverse. I'm Rekha Khan, your host for the webinar, and we have with us Mr. Ankit Jain and Mr. Kunal Kataria, expert on crypto and blockchain, joining us for the event today. Today, we're going to be talking about should crypto be taxed? That's a very interesting topic, and I'm sure we'll have a lot of questions coming in today. Now that you have joined, you would notice that you're in mute. If you have any questions throughout the webinar, please write them on the chat section. At the end of the webinar, we would be holding a Q&A session where all the queries of the participants would be answered by the speakers. From the creator of Odin, MCX, IEX, here is yet another credible and exchange-neutral platform a user can rely on while walking towards the path of crypto and blockchain understanding. Starting from education to knowledge to latest news, all covered under one super app, CryptoWire. From a novice to a professional trader, every market participant can have a slice of information readily available on the touch of their fingers. Let me take you through the world's first crypto university, crypto TV, and crypto wire services. We all know that crypto and blockchain ecosystem is emerging at an immense speed, and to keep a track of all the events, prices, and news looks to be difficult. So, what if we have an app like our buddy who walks with us, thinks like us, responds to what we expect? Yes, you heard me right. It's our global crypto super app, CryptoWire. Let me now take you through the app briefly. Here is a global crypto super app, CryptoWire. Let's start with the homepage of the app, which covers all the three pillars: Crypto University, Crypto TV, and Crypto Wire. Under the Crypto Wire services, we have rolled out India's first global index of cryptos, IC15, which is yet another feather in Crypto Wire's hat. It tracks the performance of the top 15 cryptocurrencies globally based on market capitalization. Crypto enthusiasts and crypto traders can take informed decisions based on IC15. WireWatch. In this section, we can monitor the best exchange to buy and the best exchange to sell a particular cryptocurrency. In center of the screen, you can monitor the arbitrage opportunity available between the two exchanges for the same cryptocurrency. There are more than 350 cryptocurrencies listed in our platform, along with 70 plus exchanges worldwide. Crypto TV. It's an exclusive 24/7 IPTV covering everything on crypto and blockchain ecosystem. It is currently available in 4 different languages: English, Hindi, Gujarati, and Marathi. Coming to the third vertical, Crypto University. Being the world's first digital university to offer courses on crypto and blockchain, you can find the best courses offered by MIT and University of Michigan in just a single click of the app. With this, I would like to introduce the first speaker for today, Mr. Ankit Jain. Mr. Ankit Jain is a chartered accountant from Mumbai and a fintech graduate from SP Jain Business School. He is a technocrat who loves to explore and enjoys technology. He has worked with many fintech companies and crypto asset companies in advisory role. In the crypto space, he is there since the last 5 years and understands the industry very well. Mr. Ankit is a VP in Proficio Advisory Private Limited and is currently advisor to a crypto taxes software company from Sweden. Today, he's going to be introducing us to the topic, should crypto be taxed from a CA point of view? He's going to be clearing a lot of air on this topic. With his expert knowledge, we can get a lot of our thoughts cleared today. Join me in welcoming Mr. Ankit Jain for today's webinar. Hi, sir.
Hello, ma'am, Rekha ji. Thank you, and thank you, the Crypto Wire platform, for giving us this opportunity.
Sure. Welcome, sir.
So, taking things forward from here, so it's Kunal. Hi to you as well. So, taking things from here, ma'am, I would like to mix my conversation in the combination of Hindi and English so that it is easy and comfortable for everybody on the platform. Uh, and that's what we will start with. So my presentation would basically cover कि ये crypto चीज है क्या, just a touch base on that, and what are the different kinds of trade what people are actually doing on this, and the latest trends which are going on like NFTs, DeFi, and airdrops, and how do we basically keep and tap on the accounting cases को accounting करना है, cases को record keeping करना है, and all those things which I'll be covering. So let me just share my screen. One second.
Sure.
So crypto assets and taxation is what the ideal topic today is. I'm not able to. So first we'll understand the basic definitions. What exactly is a blockchain technology? So whenever we hear about crypto or whenever we hear about blockchain, people interrelate it कि बस Bitcoin ही blockchain है, blockchain ही Bitcoin है, इसके अलावा लोगों को समझ में नहीं आता है. I will just give you a brief example कि आज से अगर मुझे 4 साल पहले प्री कोविड अगर किसी ने मुझे बोला होता कि यार इंटरनेट इज सच अ थिंग जहाँ पे अंकित कहीं पे बैठ के किसी को भी ज्ञान बांट सकता है, जैसे आज बांट रहा हूँ, मैडम सॉरी फॉर दैट. So and I can connect with Kunal, or I can connect with events, crypto wire events, anybody, and people from all over the world can hear me and listen me. I would have been little skeptical कि यार क्या ऐसा possibility है कि नहीं है, राइट. सो इंटरनेट ने क्या किया है कि जो पूरा का पूरा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन है उसको पूरा बदल के रख दिया है, विच वी आर एक्सपीरियंसिंग इन द लास्ट कपल ऑफ इयर्स, राइट. तो जो चीज 2030 में होने की संभावनाएं थी, दैट हैज हैपेंड ग्रेजुअली इन 2022, 23, 22 में ये सब चीजें हो जाएगी. So now we understand the power of technology, what it has given us. Similarly, as everybody on the ecosystem or the economics or the बड़े-बड़े industrialists हैं, everybody is saying yeah, data is the new fuel. That means हर एक आदमी data के पीछे भाग रहा है. Now, data is an unstructured area as of now. This being an unstructured area, इसको जो structuring है, इसका जो infrastructure है, that is what has been provided by the blockchain as a technology. तो इतना ही समझना है कि जहां इंटरनेट ने कम्युनिकेशन को बहुत सारा साधन दिया, सिमिलरली ब्लॉकचेन इज गोइंग टू गिव अस अ टेक्नोलॉजी और इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर फॉर दैट सेक इन द गेम ऑफ डेटाबेस. तो आज अगर मुझे कोई गैम्बल खेलना है या मुझे कोई एसेट क्लास समझना है विच कैन बी अ मल्टी बैगर इन द फ्यूचर, आई वुड डेफिनेटली गो एंड एक्सप्लोर ब्लॉकचेन एंड ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड कि यार इसके पोटेंशियल क्या है, वैल्यूएबल क्या है, नहीं है. So that is what is blockchain all about. It is peer-to-peer database. That is one person to another, point A to point B, which is immutable. आज मैं अगर कोई अकाउंटेंट को अपने पास रखता हूँ, who is keeping my data record, तो मेरी डिपेंडेंसी उसके ऊपर पूरी बढ़ गई है कि यार वो जैसा करेगा वही चीज करेक्ट है. But in this, the trust has been taken away from the individual person onto the blockchain itself and technology itself. और जो एक बार डेटा के अंदर चला गया, that cannot be erased or cannot be changed. So that is what is the blockchain technology all about. और जब भी आप ये ब्लॉकचेन के बारे में पढ़ोगे, आप सुनोगे ट्रांजैक्शन ट्रांजैक्शन ट्रांजैक्शन. ये ट्रांजैक्शन क्या है? ट्रांजैक्शन इज नथिंग but any data which is moving from point A to point B is called as transaction. It need not be a financial transaction or a monetary transaction. Transaction means transacting the data from point A to point B. ये basic चीज एकदम clear कर लो, then you'll understand the whole concept of this crypto world itself. Now, when you read about this cryptos, आपको एक चीज आएगी token. That is a unit of value. कि एक टोकन है, 2 टोकन है, 10, इसकी वैल्यू 0.1 रुपीज है, या 1 रुपया है, 2 रुपए है. So that gives a token ka value. Then similarly you have cryptocurrencies. Some tokens can be used as cryptocurrencies as a method of exchange. Like people have started accepting it as in the form of an asset class. तो बोलते ठीक है मेरे को आप ये चीज सर्विस दे दो and give me Bitcoin in return. So that some assets have been created as an as a value of exchange, medium of exchange. जैसे आप पैसे देते हो उसकी जगह पे लोग क्रिप्टो एक्सेप्ट करने शुरू कर गए हैं. That is what is cryptocurrencies all about. Security tokens, like you have shares in your secondary market exchanges के अंदर. Similarly, if you want to have a pie of this blockchain as a technology और उसमें आपको equity खरीदना है, then there's a different concept which is called as security tokens, where you become part as an owner of that particular crypto blockchain industry. Right, so that is what is security tokens all about. Now, अब समझो कि बेसिक एग्जांपल इसके अंदर ये है, पीपल आर कंफ्यूज कि कौन सा क्रिप्टो खरीदना है, कौन सा क्रिप्टो नहीं खरीदना है. नाउ व्हेन यू आर बुकिंग एन एयरलाइन टिकट, व्हाट हैपेंस इज दैट यू हैव गो आई बीबो, यू हैव ईज माई ट्रिप, राइट. तो आपको चॉइस करना है कि बस कौन सा प्लेटफॉर्म ज्यादा चल सकता है, उसके फीचर्स क्या है, उसके पॉसिबिलिटीज क्या है. सिमिलरली एवरी अदर क्रिप्टोज व्हाट यू हियर can have their own blockchain. So you will have to evaluate what exactly are they trying to solve as a problem in the economy, और what is the use case, right? तो आपको evaluate करना है, एक प्लेटफॉर्म के अंदर दोनों ऐप चला सकते हो आप, कैसे चलाना है, किसको यूज करना, दैट इज योर कॉल विच यू हैव टू टेक, राइट? एंड यूटिलिटी टोकन इज समथिंग कि समझो अगर मेरे पास GoIBO के कुछ टोकन्स मेरे प्लेटफॉर्म पे पड़े हैं, आई कैन नॉट गो एंड यूज इट ऑन द ईज माई ट्रिप, आई विल हैव टू यूज इट इन GoIBO ओनली. सो यूटिलिटी टोकन इज बेसिकली आप जो ब्लॉकचेन को यूज कर रहे हो वो ब्लॉकचेन के लिए कुछ आपको टोकन्स हैं व्हिच यू कैन यूज फॉर अवेलिंग द सर्विसेज और व्हाटएवर प्रोडक्ट्स दे प्रोवाइड. सो दैट इज यूटिलिटी टोकन. सो ये डिफरेंट कैटेगरीज ऑफ टोकन्स हैं व्हिच आर अवेलेबल इन द मार्केट in the general layman's language or for the beginners. Correct? Now this is, now हमने ये टोकन सुन लिया. now people are saying कि यार ये कॉइन ले ले, ये कॉइन लो लो, you will make so much profit. But why this profit is so important to take care of? आपने ले लिया, बहुत अच्छी बात है. If you made profit, very good. If you made losses, it's your risk appetite, I would say, or your hard luck, right? So but ये जो ट्रांजैक्शंस आप कर रहे हो परचेज सेल का, उसको आपको संभाल के या उसको आपको टैक्सेशन के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से क्यों सोचना चाहिए? I will just give you a brief international this thing what people are looking at. So IRS has issued guidance on taxation and actively looking for non-compliance. कहाँ पे non-compliance हो रहा है वो उन लोग find out कर रहे हैं, because lot of black money is being used in this particular industry. So that has to be taken care of. As an individual investor, I am not doing any kind of a black money laundering or this thing, but people who are at a higher level, they are doing it. So that is why the IRSs are keeping an eye on. So you, whatever investment you are doing, please make sure that you have a record of everything. Second, SEC, CFTC, FINCRA, FinCEN, everybody on the globe, every financial organization on the globe and other regulatory agencies are actively looking into rules. Now इसमें अभी हमने recently सुना था, मोदी जी ने एक statement दिया था that in case if you want to get cryptos under the net of taxation, the world will have to unite and take it forward for some particular common rules and regulation. Because क्या हुआ है, क्रिप्टो ने जो geographical boundaries है उसको मिटा दिया है. Correct? Now if somebody is holding certain cryptocurrencies in his wallet, he goes to Bangkok, तो Bangkok जाके वो वहाँ पे उसको liquidate करा सकता है, right? So the geographical boundaries itself has been erased by this crypto industry. So that is what the statement our prime minister has also stated. I mean, I take it in that way that this financial technologies have erased the boundaries, और उनको वो चीज समझ में आ रहा है. That is why he is appealing that globally people should come up under one particular formula to tax this particular stuff. Everybody has their own thoughts and process on this. That is what my take is. So I don't know what to do. You interfere in that. That is what I infer in that. Now, blockchain infrastructures as a career wise also it is very important. But why? Because JP Morgan, Walmart, IBM, Overstock, Microsoft, Facebook, and many more companies are trying to create an infrastructure in this space, because these are all data heavy companies, right? So just understand, अगर ये लोग इतना काम कर रहे हैं, so definitely that technology has some value which is there in place, correct? New business opportunities, new career opportunities are there for all the youngsters in the industry. जो हम समझ रहे हैं, आज हमने जब 4 साल 5 साल पहले शुरू किया था, we were also new into this industry space. तो I took it as a career कि बॉस मुझे इसके करियर के अंदर कुछ, इसके अंदर मुझे कुछ कंसल्टिंग का काम करना है. I want to learn into this because I understand technology. तो मैंने as a career इसको take up किया, and I started learning. I did some courses on that, and that is how I took this opportunity, and that is what is making me sit in front of you and give you this little gyan what I have learned in this last 5 years. Correct? So that is what is you should take care both from the taxation point of view, from a career point of view, from reporting point of view, everything you need to be very sure of. Now, different types of crypto assets. I've already touched upon payment currencies like used for buying goods and services. Blockchain economy is like you have Solano, you have your Ethereum, you have all those kind of blockchain technologies itself. Privacy coin is something which is again one kind of a crypto assets जहाँ पे the traceability is absolutely zero and there's no traceability at all. Stable coin is something where when people started saying कि यार ये crypto के underlying कुछ asset ही नहीं है तो कौन इसको खरीदेगा, क्या खरीदेगा, then there came this concept कि was let us peg one crypto with one USD. That means आपका जितना भी crypto है that is pegged by $1. So that is what the stable cryptocurrency came into existence. Then you have utility tokens, coins I've already explained, security I've already explained. Then you have non-fungible tokens, which is very important and happening in this space. In this, I will just give you a very layman's example. आप समझ जाओगे. अगर मुझे आपको 100 रुपए देने हैं, correct? राइट, हु इज अ पार्टिसिपेंट, आई शुड टेक हिज नेम, कोई भी पार्टिसिपेंट का नाम ले लेते हैं। अगर मुझे
100 रुपए
मैं
you
मेरे
can
को
give
रेखा
me,
जी
not a
मेरे
problem.
को रेखा जी को 100 रुपए देने हैं, सपोज कि मैंने कुछ उधार ले लिया उनसे, मुझे देने हैं, राइट है। तो मैं क्या करूंगा, आइदर आई कैन वायर हर थ्रू पेटीएम, या फिर मैं उनको पुराना 100 रुपए का नोट दूंगा तो भी चलेगा, नया 100 रुपए का नोट दूंगा तो भी चलेगा, करेक्ट है, दैट इज फाइन, बिकॉज दैट वैल्यूज रिमेन्स द सेम। बट अगर मैंने उनसे अमिताभ बच्चन की कोई फोटो ली है एंड इफ आई रिटर्न हर सलमान खान, राइट, तो शी विल नॉट एक्सेप्ट इट, राइट, बिकॉज अमिताभ बच्चन इज is something which is very precious to her, and she might not like if I'm returning her Salman Khan ka photo. Probably she might like, I took it ulta, but theek hai,
I
whatever it
would
may be.
rather take Salman Khan.
Okay. So basically the idea here is that कि जो चीज मुझे दी है, मुझे अगर वही चीज चाहिए, दोनों फोटोग्राफी है, दोनों बॉलीवुड एक्टर्स के फोटोग्राफी है, बट एवरीथिंग इज यूनिक, करेक्ट है। तो अगर मैं आपको दे रहा हूं तो मुझे वही चीज वापस चाहिए, दैट मेक्स नॉन फंजिबल टोकन एब्सोल्युटली यूनिक। एक ही है इन द मार्केट, दूसरा नहीं है उसका रिप्लेसमेंट, करेक्ट। देन यू हैव नॉन फंजिबल टोकन्स, सॉरी दैट आई हैव ऑलरेडी कवर्ड। ओके, एक्चुअली नॉन फंजिबल नहीं है, डीफाई होना चाहिए, ब्लॉकचेन बेस्ड फॉर्म ऑफ फाइनेंस, डिसेंट्रलाइज्ड फाइनेंस टोकन है, जहाँ पे पूरा का पूरा फाइनेंशियल इकोसिस्टम, व्हाट वी से कि यार ये फाइनेंस जो है, आज मुझे जब भी फोन आता है बोलते सर लोन ले लो, जब मुझे 6 महीने पहले लोन चाहिए था कोई मुझे लोन देने को तैयार नहीं था, राइट, बिकॉज वाई, बिकॉज एवरीथिंग इज कंट्रोल्ड बाय सम काइंड ऑफ सेंट्रलाइज्ड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, जहाँ पे मेरा सिबिल रेट को चेक करेंगे, मेरे बैंकिंग ट्रांजैक्शन को चेक किया जाएगा, एवरीथिंग विल बी चेक्ड एंड दे हैव देयर ओन पैरामीटर्स टू डिसाइड कि बस अंकित को लोन देना चाहिए नहीं देना चाहिए, करेक्ट। But in this ecosystem of blockchain, people have started creating certain more parameters जहाँ पे people to people they are raising money or through this blockchain category, that is what is called as DeFi. तो ये just basic layman के मैं language में मैंने आपको समझाया। I hope I am clear till here. Any doubts, any question, please let me know. और इसके साथ साथ हम एक ये शीट स्लाइड समझ लेते हैं, विच इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एज पर मी, कि ये समझ लिया तो फिर हमारे लिए काफी कुछ चीजें सॉल्व हो जाएगी कि यार हमारा टैक्सेबिलिटी का क्या होने वाला है। नाउ आई हैव डिवाइडेड द ट्रांजैक्शन और द इवेंट्स व्हाट वी डू इनटू दिस क्रिप्टो ट्रेडिंग और व्हाटएवर इन्वेस्टमेंट्स यू डू इनटू टू कैटेगरीज, टैक्सेबल इवेंट एंड नॉन टैक्सेबल इवेंट। मतलब मेरे कहने का मतलब ये है कि अगर आप जो उसका व्यवहार कर रहे हो और यू एक्सेप्टिंग और डिपॉजिटिंग और बाइंग और सेलिंग, अगर क्या टैक्सेबल है या नहीं टैक्सेबल है, फर्स्ट वो समझेंगे, उसके बाद हम समझेंगे कि इसके ऊपर टैक्स कितना आना चाहिए, करेक्ट। सो इफ यू आर सेलिंग अ क्रिप्टो करेंसी, आपने कहीं से क्रिप्टो करेंसी आपके पास आ गया है या आपने कहीं से ले लिया है, परचेज किया है, परचेज करोगे तो दैट इज व्हाट यू हैव पेड योर INR, दैट इज बाइंग क्रिप्टो करेंसी विद फिएट करेंसी दैट इज INR, दैट इज व्हाट यू हैव इन्वेस्टिंग। सो इन्वेस्टमेंट के टाइम पे आपको कोई टैक्सेबल आएगा नहीं। आप जब उस चीज को बेचोगे, दैट इज योर सेलिंग योर क्रिप्टो करेंसी फॉर फिएट करेंसी, दैट इज अ टैक्सेबल इवेंट जहां पे आपको टैक्स लगेगा, करेक्ट। और अगर समझो कि आज एक क्रिप्टो करेंसी का रेट चल रहा है 1000 रुपए, आपने उसको 200 रुपए में किसी से खरीद लिया, तो 800 रुपए का जो गैप है, अगर इस तरीके से आपने खरीदा है, देन देयर इज अ पॉसिबिलिटी व्हाट द गवर्नमेंट सेज इज दैट in general also that कि अगर आपने कोई चीज जो बाजार वैल्यू 1000 रुपए आपने 200 में कैसे खरीदी, there is a possibility that there is some black money involved into that. तो अगर ऐसा कुछ सिनेरियो होता है, then there is a possibility कि आपको उसके ऊपर टैक्सेशन पे करने को आ सकता है। So I hope this is clear. Then you are trading your cryptocurrencies for other cryptocurrencies. मैंने पहले सबसे पहले क्या किया, मेरे जेब से INR निकाला, उसके पहले सबसे पहले बिटकॉइन खरीदा, क्योंकि मुझे और कुछ पता ही नहीं था, मैंने बिटकॉइन खरीद लिया। देन स्लोली स्टार्टेड आई अंडरस्टैंडिंग यार बिटकॉइन का इथेरियम भी है, लाइटकॉइन भी है, सोलानो भी है, कार्डानो भी है, 50 चीजें हैं जो इनके प्लेटफॉर्म पे भी है कि 15 जो टॉप करेंसीज है उसमें से आप कोई चीज ले लो। व्हाट हैपेंड वंस आई परचेज बिटकॉइन, मैंने उसको मैंने कन्वर्ट किया इथेरियम पे, फिर मैंने उसको कन्वर्ट किया लाइटकॉइन पे। सो व्हाटएवर ट्रांजैक्शन आई एम डूइंग एक्सचेंजिंग वन क्रिप्टो करेंसी फॉर अनदर क्रिप्टो करेंसीज, that also have to be recorded. It is not that कि मैंने 100 रुपए लगाया और जब तक मैं 120 निकालूंगा नहीं, मैं कुछ भी करूं इस पर टैक्सेशन नहीं पे करूंगा। नो, it will not happen that way. Very very clearly understand this. Every transaction आप जो कर रहे हो परचेज सेल, उसके ऊपर सबके ऊपर आपको रिकॉर्ड रखना पड़ेगा, and that is a taxable event. Correct. Third taxable event, using cryptocurrency to buy goods or services. Yes, आप in the form of money उसको दे रहे हो, then that again becomes a taxable event. Receiving cryptocurrency as a result of fork और फ्रॉम माइनिंग। तो जो इंडस्ट्री के लोग हैं उनको ये समझ में आएगा कि फोक क्या है, बिकॉज आपका क्रिप्टो ब्लॉकचेन स्प्लिट हो जाता है एंड यू गेट एक्स्ट्रा टोकन। और नॉन इंडस्ट्री वालों को समझा देता हूँ कि समझो कि अगर आपके पास एक शेयर्स हैं जिसकी फेस वैल्यू है 10 रुपए है, वो स्प्लिट हो गया या फिर दो कंपनी डीमर्ज हो गई है, राइट है, तो आपको कंपनी ए के भी शेयर्स मिल गए, कंपनी बी के भी शेयर्स मिल गए, अगर आप कभी भी उसको आप मिलेंगे, आप बेचोगे, देन अगेन इट बिकम द टैक्सेबल इवेंट। तो आप ये नहीं बोल सकते कि जो मुझे बी कंपनी मिला उसका कुछ पैसा मुझे लगा नहीं है। हाँ, ए कंपनी का जो टोकन का प्राइस है या शेयर्स का प्राइस है, आप उसको स्प्लिट कर दोगे ऑन सम बेसिस कि हाँ इसकी वैल्यू ये है, इसकी वैल्यू ये है, परचेज कॉस्ट, एंड देन यू डू इट, राइट। सो बिकॉज इन दिस ब्लॉकचेन इंडस्ट्री आपको फोर्किंग में बहुत सारे टोकन बहुत बार मिलते हैं, आपको एयर ड्रॉप्स बहुत बार मिलते हैं, कुछ ऑटोमेटिक माइनिंग पे मिलते हैं। सो ऑल दोज इवेंट्स आर आल्सो टैक्सेबल इवेंट, सो एवरीथिंग हैव टू बी रिकॉर्डेड, प्लीज मेक श्योर ऑफ दिस, राइट। नाउ व्हाट इज द नॉन टैक्सेबल इवेंट? जब हम बात करते हैं परचेज किया, नॉन टैक्सेबल इवेंट। आपने किसी को डोनेशन किया है, व्हाट आई पर्सनली फील व्हिच इज अ टैक्स एग्जेम्प्ट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। अगर कोई आप एक्चुअली एनजीओ को डोनेट करते हो, देन देयर इज अ कुछ चीजें हैं तो समझने के लिए, बट ऑन अ प्राइमा फेसी बेसिस आई कैन से दैट इट शुड बी अ टैक्स एग्जेम्प्ट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। गिफ्टिंग क्रिप्टो करेंसीज टू एनीवन, राइट। अगर आप छोटा मोटा कोई गिफ्ट दे रहे हो, किसी को टिप दे रहे हो एज अ क्रिप्टो करेंसी, देन इट शुड नॉट बी अ टैक्सेबल इवेंट, राइट। जब हम इनकम टैक्स में भी देखते हैं तो एक सर्टेन लिमिट तक अगर आपको कोई भी गिफ्ट देता है, इट्स अ नॉन टैक्सेबल इवेंट। सो ऑन दैट बेसिस इटसेल्फ कि अगर आपने छोटा मोटा कोई अमाउंट का आपने गिफ्टिंग कर दिया, देन इट शुड नॉट बी अ टैक्सेबल इवेंट। बट अगर कोई हैंडसम अमाउंट का अगर आपने किसी को गिफ्ट दिया, देन इट शुड बी अ टैक्सेबल इवेंट। नाउ ट्रांसफरिंग योर क्रिप्टो करेंसी फ्रॉम वन वॉलेट टू अनदर वॉलेट। मैंने अपने ये वाले एक्सिस बैंक से आईडीएफसी बैंक, इट इज नॉट अ ट्रांजैक्शन एट ऑल, करेक्ट। सो दैट इज सिंपल थिंग, तो वो टैक्सेबल इवेंट नहीं होना चाहिए, करेक्ट है यहाँ तक? आई होप आई एम मेकिंग सेंस।
Yes, you are absolutely.
Correct. Any
Yeah, yeah.
questions? Any questions? Anybody? Please shoot up.
There are few questions which I have taken down. I will be taking them up in the Q&A session. Yeah.
Okay, man. Okay. Chalo. Now let's move further. So should crypto assets be taxed or not? So मेरा कॉल इसके अंदर इट्स अ डिप्लोमेटिक कॉल, आई वुड से हियर वेरी क्लियरली कि देखो जो क्रिप्टो का जन्म हुआ है, दैट हैज टेकन प्लेस जहां पे इन लोग को गवर्नमेंट को डिसेंट्रलाइज करके गवर्नमेंट से बाहर कुछ पावर्स देने थे। दैट इज व्हाई द होल क्रिप्टो इंडस्ट्री केम इनटू एग्जिस्टेंस, राइट। बट what is happening is that in due course so many developments have taken place and money is free flowing in all over the globe. So it is creating a hurdle for all the governments. So I personally feel that yes, it should be taxed because इसमें money का involvement बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया. They might have not even imagined the kind of the valuation or the industry per se is holding at this point of time. So मेरा take इसके अंदर ये है, yes, it should be taxed and it should definitely be brought under the net कि यार आप पैसे एक कंट्री से दूसरे कंट्री नहीं भेज पाओ या जो भी चीजें करनी है, गवर्नमेंट विल हैव टू लुक इनटू इट। अदरवाइज द गवर्नमेंट का जो इकोनॉमीज हैं दैट इज गोइंग टू बी वेरी इन डोल्ड्रम्स। आपको ट्रेड डेफिसिट समझ में नहीं आएगा, ट्रेड का कुछ चीजें समझ में नहीं आएगी, इंपोर्ट कितना रहा है, एक्सपोर्ट कितना रहा है, बिकॉज पैसा ऐसे ही फ्री फ्लो हो रहा है, करेक्ट। एंड दिस इज व्हाट इज अ चार्ट जहाँ पे कहीं कहीं कंट्रीज में लीगलाइज कर दिया है, जैसे ब्राजील है, यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स है, कनाडा है, मंगोलिया है, ऑस्ट्रेलिया है। देन सर्टन न्यूट्रल और न्यूट्रल स्टेट्स हैं, रशिया में लीगल कर दिया है, अभी वापस दे आर सेइंग कि यार वी शुड लुक इनटू द क्रिप्टो माइनिंग की इसको वापस रीएक्टिवेट कर दे। तो दीज गवर्नमेंट्स आर आल्सो लर्निंग एज वी आर लर्निंग, दीज गवर्नमेंट्स आर आल्सो लर्निंग फ्रॉम देयर ओन डिसीजंस व्हाट दे आर टेकिंग। सो एवरीबॉडी इज ट्राइंग वेरी हार्ड कि बॉस इसको किस तरीके से एक स्ट्रक्चर के अंदर लेके आया जाए। सो माय कॉल इज दैट यस, इट शुड बी टैक्स्ड and it should be taxed on a global level under one umbrella कि यार एक रेगुलेशन लेके आ जाओ and it should be done in that fashion, correct. Now how does cryptocurrencies work? I will not get into these technicalities, but simple है कि अगर किसी ने कोई रिक्वेस्ट भेजा ट्रांजैक्शन भेजने का एंड देन ये ट्रांजैक्शन ए से बी के पास जाना है, तो ए से बी के पास जब ट्रांजैक्शन जाना है, देन देयर हैज टू बी सर्टेन काइंड ऑफ validators who are validating your transaction. Now who are these validators? Basically क्या है कि अगर आपने कोई आपका स्टार्टअप को लॉन्च किया है, तो now when I explain my this startup to my friends, I tell them कि बॉस मेरे पास पैसे देने के लिए कुछ नहीं है तुम्हारे पास, मेरा डेटाबेस का इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है। जहां डेटाबेस का इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर आया, आई नो कि यार आई नीड सर्वर्स ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड। तो मैंने मेरे फ्रेंड्स सर्कल सबको बोल दिया कि बॉस सी मेरा ब्लॉकचेन लॉन्च हो रहा है, आप मेरे साथ जुड़ जाओ। तो दे आर रेडी, दे आर हैप्पी, दे नो मी एंड दे से कि अंकित है तो कुछ कर लेगा नहीं करेगा, दे आर टेकिंग अ बेट ऑन दैट। सो फॉर दैट टेकिंग अ बेट मैं बोलूंगा यार तुमको एक ही काम करना है, तुम्हारा कंप्यूटर्स को 24 घंटे चालू रखना है, राइट? तो इफ आई एम टेलिंग देम दिस, दे विल से बॉस मेरा इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का कॉस्ट जाएगा, मेरा एसी का कॉस्ट जाएगा, मेरा लैपटॉप का कैपिटल एक्सपेंसेस जाएगा, व्हाट आर यू गोइंग टू गिव मी इन रिटर्न? व्हाट आई टेल देम इज बॉस आई कैन नॉट गिव यू एनीथिंग इन रिटर्न, बट मैं एक चीज कर सकता हूँ, जो मेरे ब्लॉकचेन के टोकन्स है दैट आई विल गिव यू एज अ रिवॉर्ड. नाउ व्हेन आई एम गिविंग दिस एज अ रिवॉर्ड, so my job is that if these friends of mine are running this computers 24/7, it's my duty to give them this reward, and they are giving me service of managing my infrastructure. But that is what is the आदान प्रदान लेन देन जो हम दोनों के बीच में हो रहा है. करेक्ट. नाउ अब ये मैंने उनको दे तो दिया, मैंने रेखा जी को बोला कि मैंने कुणाल को बोला कि यार आप ये लगा लो, दे आर रेडी. बोला यार अंकित का है, चलो ले लो, कोई इश्यू नहीं है, राइट? अब क्या होगा कि ये बोलेंगे, रेखा जी बोलेंगे अंकित मैं लेके करूं क्या, राइट? सो देन आई एक्सप्लेन हर कि बॉस मैडम जो भी मेरे यहाँ पे ट्रांजैक्शंस होंगे, व्हाट इज ट्रांजैक्शन? मूविंग ऑफ डेटा फ्रॉम वन सेंटर, वन पॉइंट टू अनदर पॉइंट. तो वो जो मूवमेंट ऑफ डेटा है उसकी वैलिडेशन करने का एक प्रोसेस है which you will have to do, and you will have to make start minting this cryptocurrency, mine this cryptocurrency. तो ये इन्होंने कर लिया. अब इनके पास जमा हो गए मेरे अंकित के 500 टोकन. अब ये बोलते हैं करना क्या है. सो मैं ये बोलूंगा जब किसी बंदे को ए से बी में इसको मूव करना है, they will have to spend this particular tokens. So तो वहां से डिमांड क्रिएट होगी. So the more the people use my platform, the more the tokens will be utilized for this particular transaction. और जैसे जैसे डिमांड बढ़ेगी, आपको जो टोकन आज फ्री में मिल रहे हैं उसकी मार्केट वैल्यू क्रिएट होगी, and then you can sell it in the market. So this is what is the whole concept of this, why cryptos are being traded. लोग बोलते हैं कि यार इसका 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 थ्योरी क्या है. तो मैं ये समझने की कोशिश करता हूँ कि बॉस जितना ये प्लेटफॉर्म यूज होगा, वो पर्टिकुलर टोकन उस ट्रांजैक्शन के लिए यूज होगा, तो उधर से डिमांड क्रिएट होगी, एंड यू आर द होल्डर्स ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर क्रिप्टो करेंसी. आप यहाँ सप्लाई दोगे और जो यूज कर रहा है वो उसके अंदर जो यहाँ से यूज कर रहा है वो इसके अंदर बेसिकली उसको यूटिलाइज करना. सो दिस इज द डिमांड एंड सप्लाई गेम व्हाट टेक्स प्लेस. अब जो प्राइसिंग एक्सॉर्बिटेंट पुश अप डाउन हो रहा है, दैट इज स्पेकुलेशन गोइंग इन ऑल द मार्केट. सो दैट इज नॉट द कॉल व्हिच आई वुड से, बट आपको ये समझना है कि इसका यूज केस क्या है. So here is what I personally feel कि crypto की trading क्यों होती है. Correct? I hope this makes sense to everybody. Now moving further, DeFi is a crypto taxes. आपको क्या क्या ध्यान रखना है? What is a DeFi? Decentralized finance is something which we are taking the powers from the central authorities all over the world. और हमने खुद का फाइनेंस का प्लेटफॉर्म क्रिएट कर लिया. अगर कोई क्रिप्टो एक्सचेंज क्रिप्टोज कम्युनिटी ने मिलके, दैट इज अ DeFi एक्सचेंज. देन इन दैट अगर समझो कि रेखा जी ने मेरे 1000 टोकन रखे हैं, मैं उनको बोलता है मेरा प्लेटफॉर्म 1-1.5 साल आपको होल्ड करना पड़ेगा, तब जाके यूटिलिटी होगी. सो बोले मैं 1 साल क्या करूं? तो मैं बोलता हूँ आप उसको लेंडिंग पे डाल दो या मेरी लिक्विडिटी पूल में डाल दो, तो आपके 1000 के कुछ 102 हो जाएंगे, 105 हो जाएंगे, 102,000 हो सकते हैं. सो देन शी अंडरस्टैंड कि ठीक है, आई विल लेंड वॉट एवर आई एम अर्निंग एंड आई कैन अर्न सम इंटरेस्ट आउट ऑफ इट, और आई कैन गेन सम पॉसिबिलिटी प्रॉफिट आउट ऑफ इट. तो इस तरीके से DeFi की लेंडिंग चालू हो गई. देन यू हैव ऑर्डिनरी इनकम विद इन DeFi, देन यू हैव कैपिटल गेन इनकम विद इन DeFi. तो ये जो ट्रांजैक्शंस हैं अलग अलग आपके DeFi के प्लेटफॉर्म के अंदर, कुछ है जो आपको फिक्स्ड एक इंटरेस्ट बोलते हैं कि आपको इतना अमाउंट USD में मिलेगा या INR में मिलेगा, देन इट शुड बी क्लासिफाइड एज ऑर्डिनरी इनकम. बट मैं इनको बोलता हूँ रेखा जी को, अगर आपके 1000 टोकन लगाए हैं अंकित के ब्लॉकचेन के और आपको उसके 2000 मिलेंगे, देन इट शुड बी कैपिटल गेन, जहाँ पे आपके टोकन्स मल्टीप्लाई हो रहे हैं. दैट इज व्हाट आई टेक इट एज अ this thing. Then you have DeFi yield farming. जैसे आप समझोगे DeFi को आपको समझ में आता जाएगा. DeFi liquidity and governance. So ये liquidity के लिए आपको पूल में रखना पड़ता है. DeFi के प्लेटफॉर्म को चलाने के लिए आपका ये आपके टोकन्स यूज हो सकते हैं. तो people who are holding the tokens, they are creating passive income out of it. That is what is the concept of DeFi. आज मेरे पास कुछ पैसे पड़े हैं तो मैं बैंक में जाके डिपॉजिट करता हूँ, FD क्रिएट करता हूँ. What does the bank gives me? Certain interest in return. Similarly, अगर किसी के पास कोई टोकन्स पड़े हैं, there are various platforms, in that they give you FDs, they give you NSC का option, they give you mutual fund का options. Similarly, आपको जिसमें आपको समझ में आता है, where you can create some passive income out of it, that is what is the DeFi का concept altogether. Correct? DeFi lending example देखते हैं. ल्यूकास ने एक इथेरियम बाय किया $300 में, एक महीने बाद that has become to $400, right? So Lucas uses it to create a wrapped Ethereum. Wrapped Ethereum little technical है, but उससे कोई दूसरा टोकन खरीद लिया और इस पॉइंट में इसने क्या किया, $100 का कैपिटल गेन कर लिया, बिकॉज 300 की चीज को उसने 400 का उसका वैल्यूएशन कर लिया. देन वेयर ही ट्रेड्स फॉर 1 Ethereum to 180. दैट मीन्स they are transferring one crypto to another crypto. तो आपका जो 300 का कॉस्ट था वो 400 में आपने बेच के उसको कन्वर्ट कर लिया वन रैप्ड इथेरियम के अंदर. Now Lucas lend this wrapped Ethereum and earns 0.1 wrapped Ethereum as interest on June 12, which is worth $30, right? तो 300 का आपको $30 आपको और उसके अंदर गेन आया. Lucas recognizes this $30 as ordinary income. तो जहां पे मैंने एक्चुअली ट्रांजैक्शन किया, फर्स्ट इथेरियम को कन्वर्ट करके रैप्ड इथेरियम में कन्वर्ट किया, दैट हैज टू बी रिकॉग्नाइज्ड एज कैपिटल गेन. उस पे मैं जो रेगुलर इनकम क्रिएट कर रहा हूँ, दैट शुड बी ट्रीटेड एज योर ऑर्डिनरी इनकम. 1 month later, Lucas converted this one AETH, that is wrapped Ethereum, back to one Ethereum. So मेरे पास जो AETH था उसको मैंने वापस कन्वर्ट कर दिया wrapped Ethereum के अंदर. Then it is worth at $300. Here Lucas would incur a capital loss of 100 क्योंकि उसने 400 में खरीदा था, 300 में उसने कन्वर्ट किया, करेक्ट. सो यहाँ पे उसका वापस से $100 का लॉस हो गया. So that is how you have to keep a maintain of every transaction what you are doing. एंड इस तरीके से आपको एक एक लॉग्स के ऊपर आपको ट्रांजैक्शन को कंट्रोल करके रखना पड़ेगा या रिकॉर्ड करके रखना पड़ेगा, राइट. सो वी आर ट्राइंग टू क्रिएट अ सॉफ्टवेयर ऑलरेडी रनिंग. सो उसके लिए हम ट्राई कर रहे हैं कि सारी चीजों को रिकॉर्ड के अंदर ले लिया जाए एंड ऑल द स्टफ, राइट. देन यू कमिंग टू दिस NFTs एंड एयर ड्रॉप. व्हाट इज NFT? आई हैव एक्सप्लेन्ड यू ऑलरेडी. सलमान खान एंड अमिताभ बच्चन वाला एग्जांपल. हाउ डज NFT वर्क? सिंपल है कि आपने ब्लॉकचेन के ऊपर डाल दिया, इट इज ओनली सिंगल दैट पर्टिकुलर इमेज. That is how the NFT movement takes place. Taxation of NFT is again a capital gain. उस पे आएगा GST का aspect आएगा because of its uniqueness. GST would also come on that. Capital gain का aspect आएगा, equalization levy का aspect आएगा उसके अंदर. Now it depends कि आप क्या कर रहे हो NFT के साथ. On that basis आपका taxation का scenario create होएगा. So practical example of NFT: Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, created an NFT from his first tweet. जो उसने first tweet किया था उसका NFT create किया, उसको sold किया to the investors for $2.9 million. Correct. So this is what is NFT का potential is all about. LeBron James highlight was sold to by the NBA to the NFT for $2 lakh. Nucleus and Ritviz are the first Indian music composers to participate in NFT trade, and they have dropped NFT, airdrop के NFT को और उनके artwork को on the WazirX NFT marketplace. So a lot of potential is there in part of NFTs there. So जिस तरीके से DeFi ने last 2 साल में boom pick up किया था, now the NFT space will also definitely take up. Lot of transaction will come, different type of structured transaction will come. So everything needs to be taken care. And I would just advise from here at this point of time, boss, whatever you're doing in crypto, please keep a record of that, and please don't mess up with your account, because these records can be given to the this government any point of time, and you have to justify from where these tokens have come about, from where these cryptos have come. This is what is there from my end as far as these taxation aspects are concerned. I hope I could make sense to make you realize. And any questions, I'm ready to answer. Thank you, ma'am.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. That was a detailed presentation and an interesting one. So questions we'll take after the second speaker is done. So going on, I'm happy to introduce our second speaker of today. Hi, Kunal. How are you?
Hello, hi, I'm very well. Thank you. Thank you, Ruksaji, for having me.
So I will just quickly introduce our second speaker. Mr. Kunal comes from a trading background of multiple financial institutes and managing cross-cultural training around the globe for over 11 years. Kunal is a blockchain enthusiast and is speaking on the future of trading community. He has graduated with marketing and finance majors, expressing passion for knowledge development. He believes in, being full of life and loves to connect with like-minded people. So Kunal, hi, welcome.
Hello, thank you. Thank you very much. That was a wonderful introduction. Thank you, CryptoWire, for having me, and thank you, Anki Ji. You've really added a lot of value. The presentation was superb, very much in detail. It's also amazing that the kind of information you've shared, the basic knowledge that you've covered, usually would not have been covered by somebody who's covering just a question of tax. It was wonderful. I hope everybody else enjoyed that as well. So I'm going to make my presentation rather quicker because we had a lot of comparative topics that I was going to speak about. I also wanted to say, CryptoWire, that's amazing that you have 70 exchanges on the platform where one can see arbitrage opportunities. It's very rare that you get a platform like this where everything is easily accessible and available.
Right.
I didn't know about this, so just sharing it across. All right, I'm going to quickly open up my Keynote and take you through there. So, as you all know, we are speaking about the topic that is related to taxing crypto. Hold on, just let me present this. One quick minute.
Play.
Yeah, it was hiding behind the Zoom screen. Okay. I hope all of you can see this, and I hope all of you are enjoying this conversation so far. I see the numbers picking up, not dropping, so I think that's a good sign.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's a good sign. So, should crypto be taxed? As a trader, from a perspective of a trader, my first answer should be no, but of course, yes. As Mr. Ankit correctly said, the taxation of crypto is very, very important for running the economy and the global system. So what I was going to cover in today's presentation is how is crypto taxed, how are cryptocurrency transactions taxed in other countries, advantages and disadvantages of the taxation to the traders if crypto is taxed in India. Before I move on, Ankitji, if you're still here, I still want to reconfirm with you, speaking from the trader's point of view, that the taxation of crypto in India is still in the gray area. We do not have a proper law that says that crypto is taxed here or there or this way, which means we are still in the dilemma on how we are supposed to treat our crypto holdings, tradings, investments, etc. Right. All right. That's a part of the agenda. We're going to have a quick conversation on that as well, like CT or STT. So if any of you guys come from that background, you're going to get an answer to that as well. Impact on taxation with respect to other countries and the law. Hold on one second. I'm stuck. All right. And also if it is going to kill the growth of a new asset class, as all of you and me are very new to this space, we need to understand if this asset class can really grow and give us a great opportunity. Ankitji very specifically said, you want good opportunity, you want great opportunity, you want growth. And that's how I'm looking at the blockchain space. So also, will crypto be considered as gambling or an asset class? So let's move on. How is crypto taxed currently in different countries? It's very different. They're treating it as capital gains in most of the countries and also as business income in the other most countries. Now, if you're to look at it from a trader's perspective, either or both the categories are very interesting. They irrespectively give you the benefit. Legalizing trading of crypto, which means you become more open to trade crypto. It's not looked at from a bad lens or not a good lens. Neither is it in the gray area, which means everybody, just like how you can trade commodities or equities or FX, can now trade crypto. So the taxation of crypto needs to fall under either capital gains or the business income category. How are cryptocurrency transactions taxed in other countries? This is very important because when you speak to your CAs or when we are structuring our balance sheets for the financial year end, which is coming soon, we need to know what other countries are looking at as well. The US has decided to treat it as property. So when you say property, it is real estate or a capital asset. And the same thing in Singapore as well. It's been treated as a capital investment. The only difference is the United States has a taxation for real estate and capital gains. In Singapore, in the Asian country, there's no capital gains tax. So technically, if you're a long-term investor in Singapore, you're tax-free. In the United Kingdom, UK, if you're buying cryptocurrencies, they've very specifically divided it into the frequency of transaction and in the nature of transaction. Now, do bear in mind that the Indian laws and regulations are also from the same background, which means there's a likelihood that when this gray area is more black and white, we're going to fall under the UK category. And I also do believe that that is a rather much better taxation policy that allows you some transparency in saying that if you're an active trader, we'll treat it as business income, which means you can take the benefit of expenses, your regular fuel, travel, hiring employees, even computers as an expense against the income you're generating out of the crypto trading. And if, on the other hand, your activity is more long term, you've parked it and you've kept it, it would go into the capital gains asset taxation bracket. Now, the advantages and disadvantages. Now, why am the guy who said no tax and the guy who said yes tax? So yes tax, obviously, because it allows you to transparently move things from here to there. It also solves the actual purpose of why the Omni Network Bitcoin was created, which is decentralization and giving you the freedom to control your money. The disadvantage, on the other hand, the purpose of the Omni Network was decentralization and moving it out of the financial institutions. The disadvantage is if it does get taxed, there's centralization of a lot of things that happen, which means, again, the purpose is slightly defeated, but it still gives you access. It's still decentralized, but it also has some sort of regulation, which, as Ankit ji again correctly mentioned, keeps the bad guys away, right? We all love superheroes. We hate bad guys. So you need to keep the bad guys away. While it may be a disadvantage, but it also keeps the bad guys away. Also, it gives more access to hackers. So yeah, just be careful. But yeah, that's a disadvantage. Now, moving on. The question is, I also wanted to discuss this with Ankit ji, is do you think we will be taxed like the CTT and STT that happened in the equities and commodity market of India? Because I remember I was a trader, I'm trading, and CTT is announced midday by the government out of the blue. And we are like, boom, market's blown out because the liquidity got dried off. As a trader, I'm trading 10 pips, 20 pips, or 2 ticks, 3 ticks, and I'm getting out and I'm making money there. But as soon as CTT comes in, that takes away more than 60-70% of my profit. Also, at the same time, when the liquidity drops, it becomes very difficult to do jobbing or scalping in that market. That really hit the commodity market very bad. Same thing with the securities transaction tax on the stock market. But it developed a rather longer term algo trading system for the big guys, which is not good for the small guys. Now, the government saw there was an opportunity of making tax money over there. And well, who would not? But just charging that out of the blue and killing the small guys till date has been a very difficult ground level reality for traders. Ankit ji, do you want to share a little bit of light over here on, can we expect this to come?
So Kunal ji, I personally feel that there will be some kind of a transaction tax for every transaction that has been there, because the government will make hell lot of money in this. So definitely, whenever a taxation would come, and this will keep a track on each and every record which the government will have, correct? So nobody can take it away that this transaction is not reported, because the government will be mapping all the transactions with CTT or STT, whatever they come into categorization. So definitely, when you have this kind of taxation in clarity in picture, this will, I personally feel that this kind of a taxation would definitely be involved in this.
Wow. That may not be good news, but yeah. So as you can see, the slide clearly shows there was a huge drop in volumes when the transaction taxes are introduced. Transaction taxes are not too good for the scalpers, the daily traders. That being said, do you also believe, you're a CA, you're more proficient with what you know, you have much greater knowledge. I come from a trading background. I'm more of a trader. As a new asset class and having transaction taxes introduced right on top, as soon as the tax bill is introduced, do you think it would be killing the new asset class?
So my call is that, see, whatever government regulations comes or whatever government policies come, whether it can be equity trading or commodity trading or whatever trading you do. So initially there's a hitch for say a couple of months, and things get streamlined and people get used to it, because that is what is the cost involved in that, correct? So initially there might be a possibility of say a time of say a couple of months or quarter that people say, this has happened, but in the long run all these will control the volatility of the pricing and the movement of the funds outside India or wherever it may be. So I personally feel that this is not going to kill an asset class, but it will bring more new investors into it, because that will create more confidence into the new investors. That is what and that is the history as far as equity is concerned or commodity is concerned.
I think, yes, I agree. Moving money here and there is technically at ground zero. There's no border, there's no lines over there. Once the tax comes in, I think there'll be more clarity, and I'm actually looking forward to it. I want to see how the government really tackles this, because this, as you correctly said, again, has become a very big market which nobody anticipated. The only question is, will it be considered as gambling or probably go into a business category? Well, you've also covered most of that it will eventually go into business, and that is what we're looking forward to. Now, that is my presentation. I wanted to highlight a few points to everybody who's watching this on the webinar. Ankit ji very beautifully also explained to you all NFTs, DeFi tokens, and how all of those will fall under the tax purview as well, which I think is amazing. It's not just crypto, it's beyond crypto. When you say blockchain has everything as a part of it. When we are speaking, we're speaking crypto only, but then NFTs, DeFi tokens, security tokens, utility tokens, all of these things are a part of it. Ankit ji has very well put it out. I would really appreciate you guys asking questions. If there's anything you want to ask me as well, I'm happy to shoot that through. I had a question for you, Ankit ji. You mentioned in your slide that the tax is only on sale of the product, right? Now, how are we going to look at this when say, for example, an individual goes out and buys something on an Indian exchange, took the Indian exchange, and then he moved the money across to any other exchange, which may or may not be cross-border, right? And he sold a transaction there, bought it back, and then he's got that same transaction back into where he bought it from, and he's still holding it. He's not sold it to bring the money back into his bank, but he's going on transacting, creating arbitrages and all of these things. How is this going to be facilitated?
Right. So what I personally have a call on this is that if you are moving your funds from an Indian exchange to Indian exchange and doing this kind of a transaction, then whatever profit you are generating, you are buying in one exchange at 1 rupees and you're selling at another exchange at 1 rupees 10 paisa. So 10 paisa arbitrage what you're creating is again your profit what you're trying to make in this, right? But if you're moving from an Indian exchange to abroad, then there will be regulation for FEMA, FDI, and all those things will have to be covered. So technically, it is not allowed as far as the FEMA guidelines are there. But now, because of this technological advancement, government is not able to control that. So there will definitely be some kind of a midway out of it, that how it has to be regulated. But yes, whatever profit you are generating on each transaction, purchase, sale, that will be recorded, and that is what will be taxed.
Okay. Superb, fantastic. Just before we open for questions, thank you, Ankit ji. You really added value today. One more time, thank you to CryptoWire.
Thank you, Kunal. You did a wonderful job too, Kunal.
Cheers.
So I was really amazed that every trader has so much of gyan. So what will we do in the career?
We need to connect offline and understand a little bit of technicalities about this as well. I'm representing a lot of traders who come out and who ask us questions over here. So let's open the gates to our viewers if they have any questions. To you, Ruksar.
Right. Thank you, Kunal. That was a very interesting and interactive session. I would like to thank both the speakers to taking our time and sharing their views on should crypto be taxed from a CA and a crypto trader perspective. Both your views would have definitely cleared a lot of doubts of people. There were many doubts when people joined the session. So I'm sure quite a bit of them would have been cleared. Now, there are a few questions which have also come in to further clarify certain doubts. So the first question that has come in is from Musa. Are we allowed to buy goods with crypto?
Are we allowed to buy goods from crypto? So what is happening over here is that there are some people who are accepting this crypto in the form of your money, correct? So if you are buying anything from crypto, you are not doing any kind of an illegal stuff or any kind of a stuff which I personally feel that you are doing anything wrong. But yes, but the buyer who is sorry, the seller who is selling that, how is he going to record it in the books of account? That is very critical to understand. And at what value he records that particular transaction, and can he accept that as your money? That is again a challenge unless and until it has been defined very clearly. I would personally feel that it should be avoided.
The next question is coming from Josie. While filing my income tax return, should I consider the income as a capital gain or income from other sources? Please clarify.
So the point here is that this is very clear in that. So whatever transactions you're doing, transaction A, transaction B, you're buying a fiat to crypto, or you're doing crypto to crypto, or whatever you're doing. So it should be recorded into your capital gain transaction. That is one thing. If you are keeping if you're not a regular day trader, like how Kunal and his groups are doing, but in case if you're just buying, holding it for a couple of days, 5 days, 10 days, 1 month's time, then it is advisable to show it as a capital gain. But if you're doing a jobbing or an arbitrage and doing it on a regular frequent basis, then it should be recorded as a business income, not as an other source income. And whatever expenses you're doing to do that kind of a trading, like you're buying a bot, you're doing certain kind of an expenses, so that can be used as an expenses, and whatever profit difference is there on that will be taxed. Kunal, you were saying something. Sorry.
Yeah.
I've not yet started trading. Not yet. Just
really.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Thank you. I hope, Josie, you've got the answer to your question. There's a third question which is coming from Mr. Arvind. Suppose if seller wants to gift 1 lakh cryptocurrency to his 100 employees, say around 1,000 crypto each, who would be taxable? Would the buyer or the person to whom they're gifting, would that person be taxed?
So गिफ्ट तो खरीद नहीं सकते हो, गिफ्ट तो फ्री में मिलेगा आपको, करेक्ट है. सो जो आपको मिल रहा है वो तो आपके वॉलेट में डाल के रख लोगे, करेक्ट. नाउ द पॉइंट व्हाट कम्स ओवर हियर इज दैट जब आपने इसको सेल करना है एज ए जो रिसीवर है, व्हेन यू गोइंग टू सेल, what value should he consider? तो मैंने जैसे तरीके से बोला था कि अगर वो बहुत बड़ा क्वांटम है, then there can be a chances कि बस कुछ टैक्सेबिलिटी आ सकती है, but as of now there is nothing in that. आपको मिला है, आपकी कॉस्ट जीरो हो जाएगी, आपने उसको 100 रुपए में बेचा, 200 रुपए में बेचा, the whole amount will be taxed. Now, as far as the supplier or the company is concerned, what they are going to show in their books again is a challenge कि आप जो क्रिप्टो दे रहे हो, so what value does it cater? आपके उसको valuation क्या है, नहीं है, that has to be taken into consideration. But for the recipient, it is not going to be taxed at the time of receipt. जो मैंने taxable, non-taxable events के अंदर cover भी किया था, that if you're buying your crypto, then there's no taxability, or you're receiving it as a donation, there's no taxability as a gift. But if you're selling it, आप जिसको convert करो, तो definitely tax आएगा उसके ऊपर.
Got it. Thank you. Then coming to the next question, will there be tax slabs introduced, or would it depend on transaction amount?
Don't know, madam.
This is a question which
पहले आने तो दो कि इसको tax लगाना किधर है.
Got it. So I'm sorry, I don't have an answer, nor does Ankit ji have an answer for this. Do you have anything to say, Kunal, on this?
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, absolutely. Okay, coming up, the next question: can cryptocurrency mining taxed? Would there be any?
Yes, it is a taxable event.
It's taxed. Okay, cool. Coming to the next question: since crypto is not a fiat currency, are there ways of tax avoidance? पहले ही जुगाड़ की सोच रहे हैं. Ankit ji, can you hear me?
I think he's on a call, but यार जुगाड़ के सवाल नहीं पूछो यहाँ पे. We see the whole development of the crypto and blockchain ecosystem is only and only possible when things are legitimized and transacted in a transparent manner. As long as we are able to do that, I think the ecosystem will flourish way above our understanding, and it's only a matter of time. And when these things are happening, you'll definitely come across people who have a lot of jugaad kind of solutions, but eventually will all be scams.
Right. Got it. So I think there is one more question, which is again in similar lines with the tax head. Does it make any better if the crypto income is shown under the head of other incomes instead of capital gains? So I think uska jawab already Ankit ji ne de diya hai. So these are the questions that we had got. Is there any questions that you have, Kunal?
I think he shared a bunch of knowledge. Just to process it is going to take some time. He's gone in deep. He's gone in deep. It's really appreciative, and no more questions from my end if anybody has any.
So in that case, I would like to thank both of you all for making a success to this webinar. I would also like to thank all the wonderful audience who have shown very keen interest in learning and making informed decisions before entering the crypto market. I would now request both the speakers to kind of thank everybody if you all wish to, and I welcome all the crypto enthusiasts to download the CryptoWire app today and be a part of the global learning. We would request all of you to share your valuable feedbacks on the session. Sorry?
I said for the arbitrage, I'm downloading it first. Yeah, I have the app. I just never figured out there was 70 exchanges over there. Going to check it out for sure.
Absolutely, you can download it and check it out. And we shall also be issuing participation certificates to all the attendees. Kindly fill in your feedback forms so that we can do the same. Thank you for attending the webinar. We hope you had a great time with Ankit ji and Kunal. Thank you. Thanks to both of you all.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, CryptoWire, and thank you everybody for giving your valuable time.
Thank you everybody for having a patience listening to all of us, and thank you CryptoWire and all the team. All the best. Keep doing the hard work, and we're always there to help you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks, Kunal.